When chapmen billies leave the street and drouthy neighbours meet, as market days are wearing late and folk begin to tack the gate, while we sit boozing at the nappy, getting fou and unca-happy. We think now on the lang Scots miles, the mosses water slaps and stiles that lies between us and our hame, where sits our sulky, sullen dame, gathering her brews like gathering storm, and nursing her wrath to keep it warm. This truth found honest Tam O Shanter, as he for air a night did canter. All dear, when ne'er a tune surpasses for honest men and bonny lasses. Ah, Tam, hast thou but been so wise as ta'en thine ain wife Kate's advice? She telt thee weel thou was a skellum, a blethering, blustering, drunken blellum, that fae November till October, market day thou wasna sober. The ilka melder with the miller, thou drank as lang as thou had siller. The ilka naig was cad a shoeing, the smith and thee got roaring fooing, that in the Lord's house, even on a Sunday, they drank with Curtin Jean till Monday. She prophesied that nearer soon they would be found deep drowned in Doon, or catched by warlocks in the murk, by Alloway's old haunted kirk. Ah, gentle dames that gars me greet, to think how many counsel sweet, how many length and sage advises the husband for the wife despises. But tertile. Market night, Tam had get planted uncarright, fast by an ingle blazing finely, with reaming swats that drank divinely. And at his elbow, Suitor Johnny, his ancient trusty, drouthy crony. Tam lured him as a very brother. Well, they'd been fou for weeks together. Night drave on with sangs and clatter, and aye the ale was growing better. The landlady and Tam grew gracious, with favours secret, sweet and precious. The suitor telt his queerest stories, the landlord's laugh was ready chorus. The storm without might rear and rustle, Tam didn't mind the storm a whistle. Ah, care mad to see a man sae happy, even drown himself among the nappy. As bees flee hame with lades of treasure, the minutes winged their ways with pleasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious, o'er all the ills of life victorious. But pleasures are like poppies spread. You seize the flower, the bloom is dead. Or like a snowfall in the river, a moment white, then melts forever. Or like the rainbow's lovely form vanishing amidst the storm. Or like the borealis race that flits ere you can point its place. Nae man can tether time nor tide. The hour approaches, Tam mun ride. That hour o' next black arch the quay stain. That dreary hour he nights his beast in. And sic a night he taks the road and his near poor sinner was abroad in. The wind blew as 'twould blown its last. The rattling showers rose upon the blast. The speedy gleams, the darkness swallowed loud, deep and lang, the thunder bellowed. That night a child might understand. The deil had business on his hand. Well mounted on his grey mare Meg, a better never lifted leg, Tam skelpit on through muck and mire, despising wind and rain and fire, whilst holding fast his gid Scots bonnet, whilst crooning o'er some old Scots sonnet, whilst glowering round with prudent cares, lest bogles catch him unawares. Kirk Alloway was drawing nigh, where ghasts and hoolits nightly cry. By this time he was crossed the ford, where in the snow the chapmen smored, past the birks and Meeklestane, where drunken Charlie bracks neck bane, near the whins and by the cairn, where hunters found the murdered bairn, and by the thorn abin the well, where Mungo's mother hanged hersel. And before him, Doon pours forth his floods. Dublin storm roared through the woods. The lightning flashed from pole to pole, and near, more near, the thunders roll, when, glimmering through the trees, Kirk Alloway seemed in a blaze. Through ilka bore the gleams were glancing, had loud resounded mirth and dancing. Inspiring bold John Barleycorn, what dangers thou canst make us scorn. We tipman we fear nae evil, we Iskaba will face the devil. But the swats he reamed in Tammy's twaddle, fair play he cared nae deals a boddle. But Maggie stood, right sair astonished, until by hand and heel admonished, she ventured forth into the light, and oh, Tam saw an unca sight. Witches and warlocks in a dance, nay, cotillon brent new fae France, but hornpipes, jigs, pies and reels put life and metal in their heels. A winnock bunker in the east, there sat old Nick in shape of beast, a towsy, tyke, black, grim and large, He gave them music was his charge. He screwed his pipes and gart them skirl, till roof and rafters all did dirl. Coffins stood round like open presses, showing the deed in their last dresses, and by some devilish cantrip sleight, each in his cold hand held a light, by which heroic Tam was able to note upon the haly table a murderer's banes and gibbet airns, to a wee span lang unchristened bairns. A thief new cutted for a rape, wi' his last gasp his gab did gape. 5 tomahawks wi' murder crusted, 5 summertars wi' blood red rusted, a garter that a babe had strangled, a knife a father's throat had mangled, whom his ain son o' life berest, a grey hair yet stuck to the heft wi' mair. Oh, horrible and awful, even to name would be unlawful. 3 lawyers' tongues turned inside out wi' lies, reamed like a beggar's clute. 5 priests' hearts, black as muck, lay vile and stinking in ilka nook. And as Tammy stood, amazed and curious, the mirth and fun grew fast and furious. The piper loud and louder blew, the dancers fast and faster flew. They reeled, they set, they crossed, they cleek it, till ilka carlin swat and reek it, and coosed their diddies to the wark, and link it in it in a sack. Ah, Tam. Had they been queens so plump and strapping in their teens, their breeks o' mine, my only pair, the yins were flush wi' good blue hair, I would have given them off my hurdies for just a glance at they bonny birdies, but withered beldams, all in droll, big woody hags that would spin a foal, louping and jumping upon a crummock. I wonder didn't they turn thy stomach. But Tam kenned what was what food brawly. There was, he won some wench and wally that night enlisted on the coal, lying after Kent on Carrick shore, for mony a beast to deed she shot, perished mony a bonny boat, and shook baith meikle corn and beer, and kept the countryside in fear. Her cutty sark o' paisley harn, that as a lassie she had worn, in longitude though it was scanty, it was her own, and she was vaunty. Little kent thy reverend granny, that sark she coft for her wee nanny, for 12 pund Scots, was all riches, whatever grace a dance o' witches. But here my muse her wings maun cure, sick flights are far beyond her power, to tell how Nanny lapped and flang, oh, a supple jawed she was, and strang, how Tammy stood like een bewitched, and felt his very een enriched. Even Satan glowered and fidged fu fain, and hooched and choocht wi' micht and main, till first a caper, syne another, Tam tint his reason all together, and yelled out, "Well done, cutty sark!" And in an instant all was dark. But scarcely had he Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion sallied, as bees bizz out wi' angry fyke, when plunder and herds assail their bike, as eager runs the market crowd, when "Catch the thief" resounds aloud. So Maggie runs, the witches follow, with mony an eldritch screech and hollow. Ah Tam, they'll get thy fairn, in hell they'll roast thee like a hern. At home thy Kate awaits thy coming, Kate soon will be a woeful woman. Now, do thy speedy utmost, Meg, and mak the key stain o' the brig. There at them thou tail may toss, a moving stream they darena cross. But ere the key stain she could make the feint, a tail she had to shake, for Nanny, far afore the rest, hard upon noble Maggie pressed, and flew at Tam with furious ettle. But little was she Maggie's mettle. A spring brocht off her measter hale, but left behind her ain grey tail. The carlin clocht her by the rump, and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Now, wha this tale of truth shall hear, ilk man and mother's son, draw near. If e'er to drink ye are inclined, and cutty sarks run in your mind, think ye may buy the joys o'er dear. Remember, Tam O Shanter's mare.